First look at Fraser, Allan. Fairly solid break, but quite connecting.
You don't want too many dry breaks against Shaun Chipperfield. This probably is, I think, the fastest cueist in the game. It's sort of like one or two sight-ups and he just hits.
Yeah, in terms of time spent down on the shot, he's definitely the quickest. There are others that play quickly, but that's often because they see the shots quickly. He just seems to have this skill where he just doesn't have to line up. He just gets down and hits the ball. It's remarkable that he's as accurate a potter as he is. Normally, all the theory books tell you you've got to spend a bit of time down on the shot to get the line properly. This is the kind of format of game Shaun's going to enjoy. Not quite the same pressure when we're not in the knockout. He can just play his fast, fluent stuff. This is exactly what you always want in the first frame of a match. Just a nice open layout to go after. Fraser's going to know exactly what he's in for here. He's also going to know that it can happen very quickly. Just have to put that out of your mind.
Well, it's not as though he's never heard of Chippy, I'm sure. It's probably the first time he's been up close and personal playing him. Certainly on a big stage like this. It's just landed a little bit straight there, is Shaun. I think he's got that little position where if he screws back, he can screw straight back into the middle, so having to top it through. Doesn't look too pleased with it. Oh, great cut there from Shaun. Use the yellows to hold the cue ball. He's dug himself back out the hole there, Chipperfield.
Well, good finish in the end. Kind of used up his lives. Those two early losses. Wants to get going now.
Dry break each.
Even the break, he didn't spend any time lining up. Just watching that last match, Scott Gillespie spent so much time getting exactly the right position for the break. Shaun just straight down and hits it. Decent chance for Fraser. The problem's all in the middle of the table, but because there's a couple of loose reds there, he's got a path into the red and 8 ball if he feels he needs to open it up. Natural angle to cannon the yellow, which will open things up fairly well. Could decide to try and screw back and also nudge into the black and red. That's what he has done. It's come out pretty well. Everything now open for him. He asked for a great deal more than this for his first open visit at the table. Just nudging that yellow safe for housekeeping purposes, just tidy it up out the way. This is going to be a warning sign for Shaun. This is a match he needs to win. May have thought this would be one of the easier draws he'd have in this group. Fraser's looking quite purposeful.
Yeah, you can't underestimate Fraser Allan, I'm telling you, he can play. He's played on the TV, so he's no stranger to the arena. Full international for Scotland. And in goes the black ball, and Fraser Allan levels the match. Is Fraser Allan going to be the first man in this match to get a ball from the break? And the answer is yes.
Getting ahead early in this match would definitely be the game plan for Fraser. Shaun's one of those players that once he gets off in front of you, it's very hard to get back again. Clearly under some pressure. I don't know if Fraser's been looking at the league table. A lot of players will tell you they don't, but most of the time they do know where they are. They understand that they're really playing for 4th place at the moment.
Red ball's in play.
2 reds at the bottom of the table do both pot, as does the 8 ball. Just not a lot of space around any of them. So going to be quite a tricky link up. If he does leave the 2 balls at the bottom of the table until last, it's not really very easy to get from one side of the table to the other. May have to look at coming down the table a bit earlier on. Well, sort of make a case for that, although if you're going to play that cannon from the top side, you're very likely to knock the red safer than it was. It's one of those clearances that's tempting to go for, but isn't by any means completely nailed on at the moment.
Oops, don't want to stay stuck to that, and he has. Just running out of time a bit there, and probably felt a little bit rushed at Fraser as he played that shot.
His frame's just gone away from him a bit the last couple of shots.
And he sees predicament.
As a result of that time pressure, not really able to come up with the best safety shot. May not be the worst thing to have bailed out of the clearance. He did feel like he was putting himself into a bit of trouble with the reds. But that logic is only going to hold true if Chippy can't manufacture something here. He's in quite an open position. Well, forced into the plant.
Yeah, it looks a bit disappointed there, does Shaun. So hands the table back to Fraser Allan. Certainly nothing particularly easy here for the Scot.
Ball on the right hand side, you could double. Still then got to get position on the one on the left. It's got that challenge of the 8 ball that's quite well guarded. So it looks like his plan is to come down the left hand side of the table, play the long ball down the rail next, and then it'll have to be a double last.
The thing with the double mark is he's going to probably leave this where he's going to have to play with quite a bit of left hand side to sort of narrow the angle of the double. And it's going to make it very, very awkward to get onto that black ball, because really you want to be the cue ball towards the middle bags to try and double that back as well. Unless he's thinking about potting this in, screwing back and kicking into yellow and black here. Well, he certainly wanted to do it a lot harder than if he was going to do it, but I don't think that was his intention. I think he's come back too far and now he's in a real pickle.
Yeah, he's just got himself into a bit of a mess the whole way through with this clearance. You can sort of see what he was doing, but just felt like he was chasing it a bit. It's going to be really hard to do much with this red now. It's not in a good place to pot it out of a snooker. Disappointing last visit to the table from Shaun when he had to chase after a long plant. Now he's got a choice of 2 straightforward opening shots. May just have an angle here to punch into the 8-ball.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And this frame's as good as over.
You've got to say Shaun's a warmish favourite for this match, but the results from today would suggest that he's under a bit of pressure, so I don't know that it's actually that one-sided. Kind of made it in the casual style, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not bothered where he leaves that pot. He just thinks he's going to knock it in anyway. A lot of players have been very careful there to make sure they were quite straight on it.
Yeah, wouldn't they just?
Yeah, not bothered, but that's the man. He's not worried about the pots.
Leading 2 frames to 1.
Cue ball was flirting with the middle bags there. Well, yellow certainly looked the colour for me if he can knock one in. Then the red will go past that yellow into the middle. It's just getting on it, so there is a case of reds, but it'd be yellows for me.
Well, not too close ultimately to the pot. It was an awkward opener, that's why he was hesitating, but you expected him to make it nonetheless. I'd say Shaun's body language is entirely positive. He doesn't exactly look like he's the favourite for the match, which he really should be on paper. So open table, Fraser able to go for the yellows.
Yellow balls in play.
It's turned out okay because the 2 balls together on the right hand side are not far off being a straight plant.
Well, if they are, you play it now. Don't want to come back to that later. You want to play this screw back and then play the one over the middle and kick the other one down the rail. Want to come back a bit further. He knows he wanted to be able to play that in the middle, bump the other yellow that's behind the red down the table, pick off those other 2 yellows there, and then the last one would have been down the rail with the black in the centre, but
Extension called.
just a little bit more tricky now.
Carl Sutton working on in the background. Shaun's friend and doubles partner. Got a perfect record of reaching the Pairs Cup final, those 2. 3 times it's been held. They've reached the final every year. Won one of the 3.
There is Carl Sutton. So runner-up in the World Championships this year. Super player. Has he got enough angle here, Fraser? Straight back to the top rail, I think.
dare play it with side, could try to play with reverse side and come a bit further to the right hand side of the table, but that risked going wrong.
He just wants to make sure of the pot now. He wants to try and just drip this yellow in down the rail, bring the cue ball back to the other side cushion and play the black in the right hand centre. Wow. Okay then, well I'll just belt it down the rail and come back and play the black in the other middle. I mean, that was a fairly confident pot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, given the importance in the match. It's looking good so far.
Very good finish there from Fraser Allan.
Both players struggling a bit with the break, aren't they? We've only seen one ball potted so far off the break in the first 5.
Extension called.
Different ways you can make a case for both colours. If he wants to go attacking, I think it's got to be red.
Red ball's in play.
He was untroubled by the 2 balls near the yellow and near the left centre. Quite clear what he's got in mind here.
No. Well, he must be able to cut the... Well, I was about to say cut the red into the bottom corner, but he's gone into the middle with it. I think you want to clip it into the yellow to knock it into the middle, and it's...
Yeah, he definitely did, because now he's missed that. He's got a bit of a problem.
We're still going double.
Well, maybe just have to play the ball long and then play the other ball long down the other end.
Where's the black going? Oh, he went to go off the yellow.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew the answer to where the black was going. Not going to find out what he had in mind. And this is ideal for Fraser. An opponent that's prepared to go after a clearance like that and open the table up for you is exactly what every ball player wants. The thing about Shaun is he always goes for those clearances. Normally he gets a pretty high percentage, so
Yeah.
you're not so keen on him going for them. But if he's going to miss, you don't mind at all.
Yeah. Deep in thought there, Shaun. That's not ideal. Or has he just come far enough? I think he has. That looked like he was going to just be stuck on top of that yellow.
Yeah, didn't get a very clean hit on that, did he? He's just come far enough, but didn't get quite as lively an action on the white as he wanted. Could turn out okay here. Just be forced into a cannon.
Yeah, I think you can just snip it. Just if he hits this half ball, the yellow on the rail, he should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's a good shot. In fact, it's actually worked out better that way than if he was to be behind it and trying to get the cue ball up. This is easy now to get the anyway past the yellow in the middle, towards the top of the table. He's going to play this yellow now while he's on it.
Yeah, options all over the place. Could have left until later and played for the middle, but definitely may as well take it now.
Well, he's guaranteed to leave himself an angle off the last yellow into the top left-hand corner. He's just having a look now because he can just, well, he can pick and choose. He could play it into the rail with a bit of side and come through the gap of the 2 reds, or he could screw it back and come the other way. So he doesn't leave himself straight, which he hasn't, and you can see his angle. I think I'll just pinch this with a load of left-hand side and just spin it off that side rail and try and come through the gap of the reds and have the black in the bottom right-hand corner. Always played the screw shot. It's done. It's perfect. It's for a 3-2 lead for Fraser Allan.
It's pretty good value for the lead as well.
6 frame, short Chipperfield to break.
See the usual customarily casual break, just gets straight down and smacks it. Took a bit of pace off that time, nowhere near the usual conviction. Sometimes that turns out to be a good thing, but this time just didn't really get quite enough into it.
It was certainly a lot less pace into his break for Shaun Chipperfield, and Fraser Allan with half a chance here as well. In fact, more than half a chance.
This just feels a slight air of resignation, doesn't there, about Chippy, which, given that it's only 3-2. This match is turning out better than Fraser could have expected. Not so much just in terms of the scoreline, but he just seems to have his opponent where he wants him at the moment. Fraser looks the more likely winner at this moment in time. That could change in a heartbeat, so he's got to keep making hay while the sun shines here at the moment. Chippy just looks a bit despondent. But we know what he's like. He's such a mercurial player. If he could just get one good clearance, the game could just turn around.
Control that nicely there, Fraser.
You have to do a sort of zigzag pattern at the top of the table. Each of those yellows has a pocket, but not so much choice which one you go for.
So you kind of leave an angle on the yellow into the right-hand centre and play it firmly so he can push the other red away and leave himself on the other yellow at the top.
Yeah, he just needs to sort of push through that red, doesn't he? He just wants the cue
Well, he's
ball
got to be careful he doesn't push through and it catches that other red thing, because the cue ball then picks up pace and go past the red, but half take it with it and then snook himself on that other yellow. So it's... And then if you play it the other way, where you sort of like punch it across, your cue ball's going to stay stuck there and leave yourself a very thin cut. But there you go, I kidded us all. You could just go straight past it.
Just go past it and don't touch the red
Yeah.
at all. Now this is the shot that's going to define this frame, because he's got a lot of traffic. He's just got to find a way. He needs to miss the red that's near the top right pocket, play with a bit of side off the top cushion, and then swing round 2 rails.
I think he's going to play this and screw straight into the side rail and come back across and leave himself a long yellow.
Yeah, I thought he was too thin for this, but if he can do that, that's definitely the safer shot. Yeah, I mean, you saw he had to really get into that.
Played it well.
Yeah, that's absolutely the right shot to play.
Still a big shot here. Black goes in the left-hand centre, so he's going to top this through off the bottom cushion. Oh, well, we've seen a couple in that corner just hang and then drop.
As a result, the position not what he had in mind at all, but he's still got a shot.
Well, he might change his mind and go in the top corner now, I'm not sure. I think he can play it into the middle and just sort of free roll it middle of the white and do nothing with it, but there is an option to go upstairs.
Oh, just pushes it wide. What a
Well.
lifeline this could be. 4-2 against an opponent that doesn't look very interested would really put the pressure on. You feel like this is exactly what Chippy wanted. Just get thrown a gift. Maybe he can just get himself motivated.
I think he's motivated. I just think he's just a little bit despondent with a couple of shots he's played or where he's landed, and it's. I mean, he always plays at this pace. You know, it's not as though. And people think, oh, he's just not bothered. He just plays this quick. And that's perfect. He's got a little angle now just to get the cue ball off this rail. Is it hard enough? Ooh. Well, what looked like 4-2 to Fraser Allan is now looking a whole lot like 3 each. And Shaun Chipperfield has been gifted this 6th frame, and then goes to black.
That's a better break. Very solid hit, very straight.
Immediately you cast your eye to the reds. These are all there. This is the red just above the black that looks a bit sticky, but there's also another red nearby where you could either move the black or go into that red as well. Just move it. All the other 3 reds are all available to pockets.
Yeah, it's in a nice spot, isn't it? Just for a gentle cannon off this ball.
That's not what he wanted. He's had a double bump into that, and now he's tied them both up.
Yeah, that's gone all wrong. He's trying to go past the 8 ball. Now he's in a much more difficult spot because he hasn't got the benefit of that ball to go into them.
No, he's looking at doubles now with that red that's next to the black. That's the only thing he will be able to do with it, I think. There's nowhere he's going to be able to play to move it.
Not even great on his next ball. Middle yellow, just a good target, guaranteed where he's going to leave the cue ball.
Could he, if he has an angle, he could maybe top through this red, the cue ball past the yellow and into the red and the black. I'm not sure if he can. They might have the angle there now. And he did.
That's better, and that sorts the 2 reds out. So we'll have an easy 8 ball. He'll either just have to leave it there for the double or drop it along down the rail. So it's pretty good. I think it's just about straight enough that he can hold. Well, he's not made much of a job of that shot.
No, he sort of dug down on the cue ball there. Well, it will cut into the middle, but it's pretty thin. The cue ball's going to be clattering into the yellow just above it as well. It's made the pot. Where's this yellow going? Ooh. Now can he get the double back into the middle?
Yeah, I think at first glance this is just about okay. Didn't really know where the white was going, but actually you can see enough to back double it. It's got quite a natural angle.
Well, a little wave of apology there because he landed on that black, spot on for the double.
It's a prime time Friday night. They're out in the main match arena. I think they could both do with a little bit more positivity, maybe. haven't even here. He's spotted a ball off the break and looks disappointed. I think we need a mind coach for both of these two.
Either that or a really good comedian. Where's Stephen Jameson gone?
I think the remedy, first and foremost, is going to be a nice clearance here from Shaun. This might get him in the mood again. Look at the way he's going about these. Yellow, a sort of natural stopper for him.
Well, he'll just stop the white dead here and play the black down in the bottom corner. All right, he'll play off the rail and come back and still play the same shot.
Well, isn't exactly where he would have been had he stopped the white dead. Well, better from Shaun.
Yeah.
Sticking with the same break, kind of playing within himself, not trying to put too much power in, but getting a really good contact on the front.
Yeah, yellows look great here as well for Fraser.
Yellow balls over.
You got to fancy getting these. It's just what you want when your opponents just drag you back to 4 apiece. He'd like to come back a little bit further. He's got a tiny angle, but I'm sure he can just about hold for the yellow into the left-hand centre.
Extension call.
Yeah, was there an argument taking them to the left centre the previous shot? He was maybe on it as well as he was ever going to get on it.
I'm not so sure about this route. I thought he could have held, but then he's got a better idea of the angle when he stood right above it. Obviously didn't fancy being able to, but he needed to come down further if he's going this way.
Yeah, he's got kind of caught between shots. I don't think he could hold it, but now what's he left himself?
Well, he's got to pot this in the middle. I think he needs to come between the red and the black and down to the bottom of the table now. Leave an angle to come back up. When we're going backwards and forwards up and down the table.
Yeah, no choice really, as you say, but that ball is left orphaned at the top of the table. I'm not sure I fancy his chances of getting nicely on it.
This shot's hard to judge. He's leaving it till last. Well.
I think he's just got a bit too much angle here.
Well, can he cut it in and sort of get the cue balls to sort of where that left-hand middle is, just past it and beyond the yellow into that corner?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the shot, isn't it? Maybe he's
It's the only one I can really see where he could, because you've got to be able to get on the yellow to get on the black. You can't just.
he's going to kill the pace of the white. That's the challenge.
Oh, that was. Wouldn't have recommended that way. Incredibly hard to get there on anything, and I don't think he has even. I can't even see a shot.
Well, does he just have to back double it and screw the white between the gap of the two reds above it? It's an awkward shot.
Even all my weird and wonderful shots, I can't see anything.
I think the double is on, but it's just where's the cue ball going? No one there who's trying to cut it.
Well, that was thin as you like. I mean, he did well to get it that close.
Well, he's back to the head shaking.
Yeah, you'd be disappointed there, because that was really was. It's that first shot. Just a couple more inches and it would have all been very simple. Chipping out. Those two reds on the side rail there. Now we can obviously get the one to the right in. No, he can't. So he's going to be playing the safety. Cole Sutton there, looking on.
Come Led by a couple of the younger competitors in the tournament.
Yeah, that was young Teddy White there, wasn't it? Liam's lad.
Yeah. Years old, making his debut in a pool event.
Well, they were to hit it, but the enough sort of gifted it to Chippy now. Really, it's his frame to throw away. This is his chance to get himself onto the hill. It's been a hard day at the office for Chippy.
Yeah, it's been a very hard day. When you look at that group, he's got to have been fancying his chances of coming through into this match, facing the very real prospect of not qualifying for the knockout stages. Looks like he's just about doing enough right now.
Well, Fraser will be kicking himself because he has had chances.
I mean, this is an example of how much he doesn't mind leaving a long shot. It would have been so easy to get closer to that 8 ball. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, we like that split. Just the cue ball has fallen into an awkward spot. If he wants the reds, he's going to have to take yellows, I feel, just simply because of where the cue ball landed.
This match could be over pretty quickly from here.
To be fair, the yellows are actually the better ball anyway.
Well, let's take ones at the top of the table. Come the wrong side of that red, so he's going to have to come down. That's all right, though.
Notice he just stopped himself there, just to double check now, because he knows this is for the match and it's very important for Shaun. It's a much needed win if he can get over the line, but it will be disappointment possibly for Fraser Allan. It's looked pretty good out there, just a couple of positional shots here and there, and it has been the difference really. Both players were dry breaking at the start of the match as well, so then this would just be relief for Chippy. And this black for a 6-4 victory for Chipperfield, and in it goes.
Decent performance in the end from Chippy, and actually not a bad performance from Fraser Allan, but both players seem to be struggling to enjoy themselves out in the arena.